You know, I came across something fascinating recently, a story about Japan's oldest practicing doctor, still active even after crossing 100 years of age. Just imagine that for a moment. A doctor, over a century old, still seeing patients, still walking around, and still sharp in mind and spirit. And what's even more incredible, when people asked him about his secret to staying so healthy and youthful, his answer wasn't some fancy supplement or an impossible diet plan. Instead, he said something that really made me stop and think. He said, "Flaxseed alone doesn't work. You need to combine it with something else to truly kill inflammation." Flaxseed is often celebrated as one of nature's most powerful superfoods, and for good reason. It's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, lignans, fiber, and antioxidants that support heart health, hormone balance, and inflammation control. But here's the truth, that Japan's oldest doctor emphasized flaxseed alone doesn't unlock its full potential. When consumed by itself, the body can only absorb a small fraction of its nutrients because the compounds inside flaxseed need help to be activated and converted into their most beneficial forms. That help comes from probiotics, the living microorganisms found in fermented foods. When flaxseed meets probiotics, something powerful happens inside the gut. The healthy bacteria in fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, miso, kimchi, or sauerkraut break down the lignans in flaxseed and transform them into potent anti-inflammatory agents known as enterolactone and enterodiol. These compounds then circulate through the bloodstream, reducing oxidative stress, calming inflamed tissues, and helping the immune system maintain balance. Without probiotics, that conversion process stays incomplete, and most of the flaxseed's potential remains locked inside the seed. The gut is like a processing center for nutrition. No matter how healthy your food is, if your gut bacteria aren't strong enough to digest and convert it, your body simply passes it through without reaping the full benefits. This is why people who add flaxseed to their diets sometimes don't see major improvements in inflammation, skin, or energy levels. It's not that flaxseed isn't working, it's that it's missing its natural partner. When probiotics enter the picture, they help restore gut balance, improve digestion, and make nutrients more bioavailable. The result is a synergy that turns an ordinary meal into a powerful healing tool. Think of flaxseed as the raw material and probiotics as the skilled workers that turn those materials into something usable and beneficial. In Japan, this combination is naturally a part of daily life. People rarely consume single ingredients in isolation. Instead, meals are designed to include a variety of components that support and enhance each other. Miso soup with tofu and seaweed, rice with pickled vegetables, and a small portion of fermented soy. These foods create a perfect environment for nutrients like flaxseed to do their job. The fermentation process introduces living enzymes and beneficial bacteria that prime the digestive system, so when flaxseed enters the body, everything is ready to process it effectively. This tradition of pairing nutrient-dense foods with probiotic-rich ones has been one of the keys to the extraordinary health and longevity seen in Japanese culture. The combination of flaxseed and probiotics also supports better hormone balance, particularly in women. The converted lignans act as natural phytoestrogens, helping the body maintain hormonal equilibrium during menopause or periods of stress. At the same time, the omega-3 secons from flaxseed soothe inflammation in joints, arteries, and the brain, reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Together, these effects create a foundation for vitality, longevity, and overall wellness that goes far beyond what flaxseed alone can achieve. Gut health is the foundation of the body's overall well-being, and when it comes to fighting inflammation, it plays a far greater role than most people realize. Inside your digestive system lives a vast community of microorganisms known collectively as the gut microbiome. These tiny bacteria and microbes aren't just passive residents, they are active partners in your health. They digest food, produce vitamins, regulate immunity, and even influence your mood and energy levels. When the balance of these bacteria is right, your body functions smoothly. But when harmful bacteria outnumber the good ones, inflammation begins to take hold silently. The gut lining becomes weak and permeable, allowing toxins and undigested food particles to leak into the bloodstream, which triggers the immune system to respond. This response, when prolonged, leads to chronic inflammation that can affect every organ in the body. Flaxseed, for example, contains compounds called lignans and plant-based omega-3 seconds that are naturally anti-inflammatory. However, without a healthy gut, your body can't efficiently convert those compounds into forms that can be used to repair cells and calm inflammation. The friendly bacteria in your gut are the ones that take the lignans from flaxseed and turn them into powerful substances like enterolactone and enterodiol. These compounds then circulate through the body and help reduce inflammatory responses in tissues, arteries, and joints. This means that even if someone eats the right foods, a damaged or imbalanced gut can prevent them from reaping the benefits. That's why gut health isn't just one part of wellness, it's the control center for inflammation and healing. Fermented foods play a critical role here because they replenish the gut with probiotics, which are live beneficial bacteria. Foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, and natto are rich in these probiotics. When you eat them regularly, you're introducing good bacteria that help crowd out harmful ones. Over time, this balance restores gut integrity, improves digestion, and strengthens the immune system's ability to recognize and respond properly to real threats. A healthy gut doesn't overreact to minor issues, which means inflammation naturally decreases. Many people who struggle with bloating, fatigue, skin problems, or joint pain often find that when they heal their gut, these symptoms begin to fade without needing heavy medication. The connection between the gut and inflammation also extends to mental health. A stressed or inflamed gut can send signals to the brain through what's known as the gut-brain axis, leading to anxiety, mood swings, and even depression. When inflammation in the gut calms down, mental clarity and emotional stability often return. In traditional Japanese diets, this concept has been respected for centuries. Their meals are naturally supportive of gut health, focusing on variety, balance, and slow eating. The oldest doctor from Japan emphasized that healing the gut is the first step in killing inflammation, because it restores harmony between food, bacteria, and the body's immune system. A nourished gut means less inflammation, more energy, and a body that can heal and protect itself naturally. Chronic inflammation is not only about what we eat, it's also deeply connected to how we live, how we think, and how we rest. The body's internal balance is influenced by daily habits, emotions, and routines. When you're constantly stressed, sleeping too little, or spending most of your time sitting, your body begins to stay in a constant state of alert. This state triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which were originally designed to protect you in short bursts of danger. But when those hormones remain high for too long, they create a toxic environment that keeps inflammation switched on. The body becomes inflamed from the inside out, affecting digestion, immunity, skin, joints, and even brain function. This is why people who experience chronic stress often develop symptoms like headaches, muscle pain, fatigue, and anxiety, all of which are subtle signs of inflammation. The Japanese doctor's philosophy was that true health can only exist when the mind and body are both in harmony. He believed that even the most powerful diet cannot outdo a lifestyle filled with tension and worry. He practiced small but consistent habits to keep his stress low: deep breathing, gentle morning stretches, and walking outdoors every day. These habits not only moved his body but also helped regulate his nervous system. Movement, especially light physical activity, is one of the most effective ways to flush out inflammation because it improves circulation and helps transport nutrients and oxygen to every cell. Exercise doesn't have to be intense to be effective. Even a 30-minute walk can lower inflammatory markers in the body and boost mood by releasing endorphins, which are natural painkillers and mood enhancers. Sleep is another essential piece of the inflammation puzzle. During deep sleep, the body goes into repair mode. Cells regenerate, toxins are cleared, and the immune system resets itself. When you cut that process short by sleeping late or not getting enough rest, your body carries unfinished repair work into the next day. Over time, this leads to higher levels of inflammation and faster aging. The doctor often said that the best medicine is good sleep, and he made sure to go to bed early, waking up with the sunrise. That rhythm kept his hormones balanced and his energy steady. Mental habits also play a huge role in inflammation. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret can create emotional stress that affects the body just like physical stress does. Negative thoughts trigger the same hormonal responses, raising cortisol levels and suppressing the immune system. On the other hand, laughter, gratitude, and calmness lower those stress hormones and release healing chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. The doctor believed that laughter was medicine and gratitude was nourishment for the heart. When you combine emotional peace with physical movement, proper rest, and mindful eating, the body naturally begins to heal. Lifestyle and mindset form the invisible foundation beneath every anti-inflammatory diet. Without them, no food or supplement can truly work its magic. The secret to long-lasting health doesn't come from complex diets, expensive supplements, or strict routines. It comes from simplicity and balance, something that Japan's oldest doctor practiced every single day. He believed that the human body thrives on natural rhythms, gentle nourishment, and mindful living. His meals were small, colorful, and filled with life, mostly plants, fermented foods, sea vegetables, and simple proteins like fish or tofu. Instead of counting calories or following trends, he focused on harmony. He ate slowly, stopped eating when he was about 80% full, and always expressed gratitude before and after meals. This practice not only improved digestion, but also reduced stress, which is one of the biggest triggers of inflammation. He didn't chase complicated nutrition plans. Instead, he lived by a few simple principles that kept his body light and his mind calm. One of his strongest beliefs was to avoid anything overly processed. Modern diets are filled with refined sugars, artificial additives, and unhealthy oils that silently fuel inflammation and weaken the body's natural defenses. He completely avoided processed vegetable oils like soybean, corn, and sunflower oil because they are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which disrupt the balance of healthy fats in the body. Instead, he used small amounts of natural oils like sesame or olive oil and relied on whole foods to provide the nutrients his body needed. This simplicity in eating allowed his digestive system to stay efficient and his metabolism steady. He often said that people today are not sick because they lack medicine. They are sick because they eat too much of what their ancestors would never recognize as food. Another key aspect of his simplicity was his relationship with water and rest. He drank warm water throughout the day, never cold. Warm water, he explained, keeps blood vessels open, aids digestion, and helps the body flush out waste products that contribute to inflammation. Cold drinks, on the other hand, can slow down digestion and tighten the stomach's muscles. This small but powerful habit supported his body's natural cleansing processes and kept his organs working efficiently even past 100 years of age. Sleep was equally sacred to him. He followed the natural light cycle, rising early and resting early. This alignment with daylight helped regulate his hormones, maintained his energy levels, and kept his mind sharp. Simplicity and routine, he believed, is the most profound medicine. His way of living also extended to how he handled his emotions and relationships. He didn't hold on to grudges or overcomplicate his thoughts. He surrounded himself with people who brought joy and purpose into his life. Laughter, kindness, and gratitude were part of his daily medicine. He once said that a calm mind digests food better than a worried one, and that thought alone captures the essence of simplicity. True health doesn't come from perfection. It comes from living gently, eating naturally, and keeping life uncomplicated. When you strip away the excess and return to balance, the body remembers how to heal itself. True healing and long-term wellness don't come from one-time efforts or quick fixes. They come from consistent, small choices made every single day. Japan's oldest doctor emphasized that real anti-inflammatory power is built gradually, not through occasional bursts of healthy behavior. It's easy to think that a single supplement, a short detox, or a week of strict dieting will reset the body and eliminate inflammation. But the truth is that the body responds to habits over time. Each small action you take, eating a spoonful of flaxseed with fermented foods, taking a 30-minute walk, drinking warm water, or practicing gratitude contributes to a larger cumulative effect. These choices work together, reinforcing each other, and slowly create an internal environment where inflammation cannot thrive. Over days, weeks, and months, the body begins to repair itself. Digestion improves, energy levels rise, and the immune system becomes more balanced. What seems minor on a day-to-day basis adds up to extraordinary results over time. Consistency is especially critical when it comes to diet. Eating anti-inflammatory foods sporadically won't be enough to counteract the modern lifestyle that constantly exposes us to inflammation, triggers stress, processed foods, pollution, and lack of movement. By making the routine of pairing flaxseed with probiotics or fermented foods, the gut microbiome strengthens. Lignans from flaxseed are converted into powerful anti-inflammatory compounds, and nutrients are better absorbed. Doing this daily doesn't just improve digestion or reduce inflammation temporarily. It rewires the body to function more efficiently in the long term. Inflammation slowly subsides, and chronic health issues that develop silently over years begin to diminish. This principle applies not only to food but also to movement. A single workout or a long walk here and there provides temporary benefit, but regular movement, even in short, manageable amounts, keeps blood circulating, reduces stiffness in the joints, supports hormone balance, and signals to the body that it is active and healthy. Consistency turns small habits into lasting health. Mental and emotional consistency matters as well. The oldest doctor believed that emotional balance is a cornerstone of physical health. Stress, anger, and unresolved emotions are major contributors to chronic inflammation. Yet many people underestimate the cumulative impact of emotional health. Daily practices like meditation, gratitude, journaling, mindful breathing, or simply taking moments to laugh and relax can gradually retrain the nervous system. Over time, these small emotional habits reduce cortisol levels, calm the immune system, and lower overall inflammation in the body. They become invisible but powerful allies in building a resilient, youthful body. The doctor also highlighted that consistency doesn't mean perfection. Small setbacks are normal, but it's the ongoing effort that matters most. Even when you can't eat perfectly, move as much as you'd like, or sleep a full 8 hours, returning to your habits consistently ensures progress. He compared it to planting seeds. They don't sprout overnight, but regular watering, sunlight, and care eventually produce growth. Likewise, the body needs repeated nurturing to heal, strengthen, and protect itself. The power of consistency lies in turning these daily, intentional choices into lifestyle patterns that eventually define your health. When diet, movement, rest, and emotional well-being are practiced steadily over time, inflammation naturally decreases, energy rises, and the body reaches a state where it can repair itself and function optimally. This principle also empowers people because it removes the pressure of seeking dramatic transformations overnight. By focusing on small, daily, repeatable actions, anyone can create lasting change. Consistency transforms small steps into a long journey toward vitality, longevity, and true wellness, and it ensures that the anti-inflammatory benefits of foods like flaxseed, probiotics, and other natural habits are fully realized over the course of a lifetime.